this might be our goat kidding video. When I said, oh, you know, it could be like my birth where it's super fast, yep, it's exactly how it ended up being. So I'm definitely addicted to this now. It was incredible. She's starting to walk. Oh, there she goes. Hi friends, welcome back to our little backyard homestead. I'm looking a little fresh-faced at the moment, no makeup, you know, the whole 9 yards, because I wasn't necessarily planning to film a video, but I figured I should go ahead and start now because this might be our goat kidding video, which I am very excited about. So S'mores has been having a few signs, I'll explain that in a second, but I wanted to show you our little kidding setup that we got all finished really quick because I figured I might as well go ahead and start this vlog because you never know when she's gonna go into labor and she is having signs, so might as well get it started so that it's ready and we have, you know, the story already going so that you guys can follow all of it. And if she's not in labor, then I'll just share that with you too because obviously we're new to this. All right, this is what we have going on over here. So we have our little kidding pen. So obviously this over here is our big goat yard for the goats, and then we have our chicken coop and the goat barn back there. And here's S'mores over here. So then we set up an area. Our goat mentor recommended a 6x6 stall. I believe this is actually 8x8 or slightly bigger than that, so it's a little bit bigger. And then we built this 3-sided shelter here just with we went and bought the 1x2x2s, I think is what they are, and Matt built out the frame, which we showed you guys in another vlog, and then we just used spare wood that we had sitting around for the sides and everything. And then we'll put some hay in here and water obviously, and we will put her in here once she is in active labor. So she will stay in there for about a week once she has the kids, just to let them get settled and have like a private space to get settled, make sure everyone's doing good and that we don't have any, you know, jealousy issues or any of the other goats attacking the kids, anything like that. Okay, so what we did is we actually attached these carabiners here, and we are just using those. So we have one at the top and one at the bottom, and we will just unhook them whenever we need to get in and give, you know, more hay or more water or check on the goats, you know, come play with the kids, anything like that, because this is like a temporary setup. However, we probably will keep it up for a little while because we do plan to have chai bread here shortly, so she will have kids or a kid in the fall, and so we will use this in the fall. And then we also can use this where, like I've told you guys, we're looking at making a few adjustments with our herd and possibly selling a few and getting another Nubian instead of those. So if we do that, we could do this to quarantine that goat first. It's just kind of nice to have the extra pen, but we also can take it down pretty quickly too. So like if we really don't have any use for it for several months, we may just take it down so that it's not taking up as much of the yard. Okay, the update on S'mores. So like I said, this is our first time having kids here on our little homestead. We've had kids before, but we haven't had them born here. So I'm watching for all the signs, and she doesn't have any discharge yet, which means she probably is not super close is my guess, but her udder has filled up like significantly today. Just like it's been filling up over the last few days, but I feel like it's really filled up quite a lot today. She's been pacing a lot and kind of pawing at the ground. She's not in active labor. She's not making a lot of noise or anything like that, and like I said, she doesn't have any discharge or anything, and her ligaments are still there. They are significantly looser, but they are still there. So who knows? I don't know how long it could be. It may not be that long. I'm not ready to put her in here yet because I'm not sure. I don't know, I feel like it could go either way. And also, I don't know, like, aren't probably all goats different too? I mean, you know, I just had a baby 2 months ago, and I definitely did not think that I would have a baby an hour after I realized I was in labor, and I did. If you haven't seen my birth vlog, you can go check that out. It was wild. My water broke a little after 10, and she was born at 11:20, and I had no idea I was in labor until then. And even then, I still kind of was not convinced that I was in labor. So anyways, maybe she's gonna have a birth like that. I don't know. So I plan to, it's about, let's see, it's about 8 o'clock right now. So I plan to come out before I go to bed, probably here in a couple hours, and just check on her, see if there's any change at all. If there's not any change, I probably will just keep her in with the other goats. If there is any sort of change, even if it's small, I may just go ahead and put her in here just to be safe. And then, like I said, depending on if there's changes or not, I may come out in the middle of the night and just kind of check on her and see. There's not a lot that you really need to do. In most situations, they can handle the birth completely on their own. They're animals, they know how to do this. Like, and this is her 3rd kidding, so she's done this before. However, last year she had triplet doelings, which is like the jackpot in the dairy goat world. and one of them unfortunately did pass away. However, she had them at a time when her owner was not able to be there, of course, like, you know, the 1 hour or whatever that she couldn't be there, and she had them during that time that she was gone. She was away at school, couldn't get back, and so she couldn't help like dry them off. So I don't know if that's why the baby passed away, or I know I've heard a lot, if they have more than 2, that it can be really hard for the moms to get them cleaned off in time for them to be, you know, okay and get warmed up and all of that. So I just want to be careful and make sure that I'm here to help. Make sure that I'm here to help if I cannot talk today apparently. Make sure that I'm here to help if assistance is needed for her, but also just to help dry off the kids and make sure that everyone's doing good and eating well, all of those kind of things. And also I just really want to see. I would love to film it for you guys too. So we're gonna try. So we'll see what happens. Right now she's just being super chill. She's just in there eating and yeah, not acting any different. So I'm gonna come in a few hours and check and we'll see. But she's definitely a lot more swollen. And has progressively been getting that way over the last few days, and so we'll see how long she's gonna make us hold out for. Hopefully not too much longer, because I'm getting very excited. Okay, we're back, and it is a few days later, so admittedly, you know, I said that she definitely wasn't in active labor, and it could still be days at that point. I said that when I recorded the clip earlier, because I know I'm a newbie, and you know, those were just kind of the first signs. So I knew, you know, it could escalate and turn into something, or it could still be a while. So we're a couple days later. She's on day 150 today. So good day to have a baby. If you didn't know, goats typically kid between, from what I've heard, like anywhere from day 145 to 155. So a lot of people will calculate averages for a due date off of 150 days. The breeder that we use goes off of 145 days because she has so many that will go before 150. So her due date, which was April 15th, was at 145 days, and today she is at 150 days. So essentially, like, you know, full term for a goat. But it's looking like it actually might be today. So I watch her through the windows throughout the day, and then I come out and check her usually like twice a day at this point. And I was watching her this morning, but I hadn't really I'd seen her, so she wasn't super abnormal, but I hadn't really gotten a good look at like her backside or anything to see if she had extra discharge, anything like that. So while I was making the kids breakfast, I went around to the windows and found a spot where I could see that angle really well. It didn't look any different, but she was getting into like some kind of weird positions, kind of arching her back a little bit. And I thought at first maybe there was a dog around or something, that she was on alert, but I stayed for about 5 minutes watching her, and she kept like going back into these positions and just moving around. And I was like, I'm gonna go out there and check. So I came out. It seemed like there was a little more discharge, but not a ton, and I couldn't actually see any of the discharge. It was just straw and like mud and maybe poop, you know, stuck to it. But obviously it had to have been some discharge for it to be wet enough to have anything stuck to it. So I went ahead and checked her ligaments while I was out there, and they were completely gone, which was actually really wild. As a first time, like this is my first time obviously with a goat kidding, and so everyone has said you'll know once the ligaments are gone. You'll know, you're not going to question it. And I've been like, well, I'm a newbie though, like I bet I'm still gonna be like, I don't know if this is it or not. And when I felt it today, I was like, oh, there's literally nothing there. There's nothing there, when yesterday there was, which is such a wild feeling. Birth is so cool. So anyways, we came out and we're gonna go ahead and get some fresh straw down in her kidding pen. We had fresh straw in there, but the chickens have been in and out there in the last couple days since we set it up, and so they've just scattered the straw around. So I'm just gonna put an extra layer on the top to make it nice and cozy and warm and safe and all of those things, and keep her in there and keep an eye on her throughout the day. It still could be, I mean, anytime today. It could even possibly be tomorrow, so we'll see. I'm hoping that the kids get to watch it and that Matt will get to be home from work in time to see it, but we will see. So I have a little baby assistant here with me at the moment, and I'm just wearing her, and she's asleep. I think she fell back asleep. Yeah, she's asleep. And then my big kids, because they're the big kids now, because I have a newborn. Anyways, they're back here playing in their new sandbox. So we'll see how long it takes. We are so excited. Camden is filling up her water. And then we got some fresh straw laid down in there. And then just a 5-gallon tote full of hay for her. They're only going to be in here for like about a week or so. So it's just temporary. And if that doesn't work, we'll get something else. But we're going to try that and see if she'll just eat out of that. I just brought her into the kidding stall, so she's checking out her surroundings. She does not seem mad about it right now. We got her little barn that I showed you, and then we have food and water in here, and we put lots of extra straw, so she has a cozy little spot. She's got a chicken in there with her at the moment because they keep hopping in and out, but that's, you know, she has chickens in the normal part with her too, so it shouldn't stress her out or anything. But right now she does not seem super uncomfortable, so we'll see. She's not like making any extra noise or anything like that. She was making some weird positions earlier, but she seems pretty comfortable. She definitely, if you can see that, has a lot of mucus going on. There was some when I came out at first, but it was mostly like hay and mud and stuff stuck to it. And now I can see that there's a good amount coming out. And let me see if I can show you her udder. Obviously this is TMI, but you know, I feel like this is why you watch videos like this. So there's her udder right now. So we will see how long it takes. You made some coffee, Noxie. Also, can I just say that this is like my dream life right now. Like, just hanging out outside. It is beautiful outside, thankfully. It is a little cool, so I put a sweatshirt on. But the kids are just playing. We're hanging out while we wait for my goat to have babies. Like, this is so different than what I ever thought my life would be. I did not grow up like wanting to farm or anything like that, and so my desires have really just changed a lot in the past few years and just escalated, honestly. And now sitting here, I'm like, this is so exciting and fun. Like, I love birth in general. I love birth and getting to be like a goat doula. I know it probably sounds silly to those of you that aren't interested in homesteading, which maybe if you're not interested in homesteading, maybe you're not even watching this, but it sounds silly, but it's so exciting to see new life born and get to be a part of the process. And I don't know, I'm just so excited right now, and I would love to get to a point in my life where I can have like 20 goats kidding, and I'm just waiting on them and hanging out with my kids, and they get to be a part of the process. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but we got some big dreams for sure, and I definitely want a larger goat herd in the future. But again, I'm just thankful right now. I'm thankful to be outside in the beautiful weather, to have my goat kidding, obviously praying that everything goes smoothly because I am still a little bit nervous because I'm a first timer, but you know, I don't know, it's just very exciting to me. All in my backyard in the city. Like, what is happening? What is life? Oh my gosh. Camden, come here, come here. It's being born right now. Huh? It's being born. Look, look. It is being born right now. Yeah, it's coming right now. Yeah, right. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Okay, Camden, move. Move. You'll be able to see it in a second, but I need you on the other side.
I will hold that baby.
Yeah, we gotta let her lick it off first. Okay, go over here with Sissy.
Muddy carrot.
Yeah, I know. Okay, get out there, Bubba. I know.
I will call that baby cuckoo. No. I will call that baby. Hasten? No. I will call it. I will so call it. Nico.
Call it little girl.
I will hold Phyllis.
There you go.
Is it okay?
Okay, I need you to move.
Oh, my baby now. My baby now. Poopy. My baby now. My baby now. Oh, now, baby.
She loves her baby, yeah.
Yeah, water. That baby can walk?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Did they hook into her bones yet?
She will be able to. She will soon.
What's that?
From the birth. Oh, see, she's gonna try to walk.
Hope I walk?
Uh-huh.
Hope I walk?
Yeah, baby.
Oh, eat you.
No, she's licking her, remember? She's just licking her. It's okay.
Hope I walk. Oh, walking.
Yeah.
Oh, they walk.
I know. Okay.
I want her walk.
Okay, you need to stay out right now. We can see her in a minute, but her mama needs to see her. Her mama needs to see her.
Honey, walk. Eat. Oh, it coming out. I like that, honey. I will call it baby girl.
Baby girl, yeah.
I will call it baby girl.
I don't even know if it's a girl or boy yet. I don't know.
This one's so tiny.
I think this one's a baby girl, I think. I can't tell for sure, but I think so.
It is bigger. I'm so happy. Having more babies?
I don't know. Probably.
I can hold two. Not she can hold two babies. I can hold babies. And him can hold babies. They look at her. Oh, if I walk. Her walking. Her just set up, not it.
Is she gonna do it? She's starting to walk. Oh, there she goes.
Who can walk?
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Who can watch that? It looks.
I'm guessing she's gonna have another one.
How do you know it?
I don't know that for sure, but I think so.
That's how you cook?
Yeah, that's
Kept
kind of
it.
cool.
But her mama kept. Her mama kept it. But her Sophie is so cute.
She's trying to get to nurse. We'll see if she can do it or if she needs some help. But she's already up and walking. She's a cute little thing. I think it's a girl. I haven't fully checked yet, but I think it's a girl.
No, walk out. But her home walk her out.
Good mama. You're cleaning her off. Good job.
What?
We'll see if there's any more in there. I would guess that there is, but she hasn't started pushing again really or anything, so I don't know.
I want the baby. I want the baby not. Yeah. Oh.
So we have a beautiful little doeling. It is a little girl. She's super cute. We just have the one. I'll sit down and talk it through with you guys in a while. It was a little wild when I said, oh, you know, it could be like my birth where it's super fast. Yep, it's exactly how it ended up being. So apparently I, you know, jinxed that by saying it. But she's really healthy, really cute, walking around, nursing, doing all the things, trying to escape and everything. Go back in with your mama. I got a little bit of cleaning up to do real quick, and then I will sit down and kind of give you just the overview of it that you didn't see on the video. Okay, I just brought some molasses water out here so that I can give that to her. I'll fill it up in her water bucket so that she can have a little energy boost after delivering. It's a little bright out here, so don't mind that. But yes, everything went so well. It went so fast. I came out here, like I said, at 10 is the first time that I even noticed her doing anything. And she wasn't being vocal. She wasn't really doing anything other than just arching her back a little bit. That made me go out and check her. She didn't have a ton of discharge, just a little bit. Her ligaments were completely gone. So I got her in. Thankfully, I felt like, because it was my first time, I was like, as soon as I knew her ligaments were gone, I was like in full on, okay, we gotta hurry, we gotta hurry, we gotta hurry. And I told myself, I'm being so ridiculous. It's probably gonna take like 18 hours. It's gonna be forever. I'm being so silly. Thank goodness that I did that though, because she would not have been in the pen and everything would not have been ready. But so I went, as soon as I found out her ligaments were gone, I went back inside. The kids were finishing breakfast because I gave them a late breakfast this morning. Anyways, got them and the baby, put the baby in the wrap and came out here. You guys saw all of that. So I got her in the pen, I put down the fresh straw, got her in the pen and everything, and then I sat down and I just sat down to update a couple people that she was in labor, because a lot of people wanted to be updated when she did go into labor, because everyone's excited with us because it's our first time, you know. Not as exciting as a human baby being born, but pretty exciting still. Anyways, and you know, we're the crazy ones that have goats having babies in our backyard, so of course people want to know. Sat down to update her, and as I was talking to my friend on Marco Polo, she started pushing, and it looked like, because I was sitting right here in the chair and she was, you know, like 4 feet from me. I'm watching her because I didn't think she would deliver then, but I was like, we'll just hang out outside and play. I bet she'll have the babies later today, right? So I'm sitting here and I see her start pushing, and I'm like, I'm gonna go check on her just to be sure. And then I start seeing feet come out. So then I'm rushing around trying to get a bouncer so that I can take the baby out of the sling, because I just felt like it was gonna be easier to, if I had to help with anything, to not have the baby like right on my chest. So I ran and got the bouncer, ran and got the birthing box that was still in the garage, and I just needed to bring it out here because I did not think it would happen immediately when I put her in there. But I mean, I'll have to check timestamps, but it was within, it had to have been within, I don't know, 30 minutes of her being in the kidding pen, maybe less than that. And so I walk over. Camden got to watch the whole thing. Camden got to see more of it than I did, actually. So I got everything ready, got the baby down, got the camera set up, and the baby was already coming out by the time I did that. So I had to get in the pen. Well, the way we have this kidding pen set up, it takes me a second to unlock it because it's not like a normal like gate and you have to unlock it. Anyways, took me a second. So by the time I got in there, baby was already born. So I just made sure that she was breathing and didn't need to be cleaned off extra. I kind of cleaned off her face a little bit with the towel just to make sure she was good, and S'mores did the rest. She did awesome with the baby. It was great. So then obviously I'm thinking that she's gonna have multiple kids because she had 3 last year, and typically once they have multiples they just keep having multiples. So I figured at least 2, if not 3 again this year. So she had the one, and we're waiting and waiting. It gets to like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So I messaged my friend Austin, who we got S'mores from and has kidded twice with her before. I was like, how long do you usually wait like between kids, you know, because it's my first time. And she was like, don't wait more than 30 minutes without going in and checking. And so it got to the 30-minute mark. She still wasn't doing anything really. She did a great job with the kid. Kid was healthy, got up, walking around. She eventually let her nurse. At first she wasn't letting her nurse, but she let her nurse after probably 20-25 minutes. Well, it gets past 30 minutes and I'm like, I gotta go in and check and see if there's more kids. She's telling me the tricks to feel if there's more kids inside, like from the outside, just on her belly. I didn't think I could feel anything, but I'm not really sure. So she's like, you gotta go in and check. And I was a lot more nervous, admittedly, than I thought I would be to go in and check like internally. I knew that that was a possibility and I've done all my research, but actually having to do it for whatever reason, I was really pretty nervous about it. So I'm really grateful that I had her to walk me through everything. So I went in and checked, didn't feel anything. So we're like, okay, I guess she just had the one kid. Then S'mores starts like pawing at the ground. You probably saw that some in the video, a lot. And laying down and kind of looking like she's pushing, and I'm like, is that normal for, you know, to birth the placenta? Is that normal to have that much effort? She's like, well, usually, you know, they might do some of that, but not too much. And she did that for a solid 20 minutes. She's like, you probably should go in and check, because there could be another kid that just wasn't in the birth canal before and now is. And so we both started thinking there was another kid, went in and checked, and there wasn't anything. And then it was still probably another 30-45 minutes before more of the placenta started coming out, to where you could really tell it was the placenta. So just the one kid, which we're all surprised by, and I'll admit I'm a little bit disappointed, just because I thought it would be really fun to have multiple baby goats like running around together. I thought that would be really cute, but totally fine. It's a little girl, which is what you want in the dairy goat world for sure. And she's perfectly healthy and beautiful. So yeah, really in answer to prayer, it went so well, and I'm definitely addicted to this now. It was incredible to be there. Admittedly, it was a little bit fast, so it was kind of hectic trying to like get over there in time, get the camera set up in time, get my kids organized, because Matt wasn't here because it was just during the day. And yeah, that was a little bit hectic, especially when we weren't sure if she was having another one or if she was having problems, so I had to go in and check. You know, between all of that, it was a little hectic, I'm not gonna lie. But it was also incredible, and now I'm like, okay, can I have 5 more goats, kid, please? Because it was just such a cool experience. So they are doing really well. It is nap time now, so I'm gonna go inside and get a few things done and keep an eye on them through the window, just make sure they're doing good, and then we'll come out later tonight and the kids will actually get to play with her and meet the baby for the first time. I mean, they've seen her, but I wasn't letting them get in with us because I wanted to give her some space first. So we'll let them meet her tonight and cuddle her a little bit, and I'll show you guys a little bit closer.
Yes, I know. Hi. Come on. Come here.
Yep, there you go. You can pet her sitting on the ground.
Who's so tiny?
Yeah, she is so tiny.
I know how to know, baby. We'll find it out, Mom. So I do, No.
You need to go get your boots on, like Mommy told you, and then you can come see the baby.
Out of sand, reaching for the grand. As willows align, we lose track of time. Let up high.
She's just chilling in there. She is just the sweetest little thing. It is so fun to watch. We did have a baby because we got Churro. I'll show you Churro in just a second. We got Churro when she was 3 days old, so she was like pretty much this tiny. So we got to watch them, you know, her nurse and watch S'mores be a mom and all of those things, which is just kind of cool to watch. But it was cool to watch our first kidding experience this time. But they're both doing well, and the kids are obsessed with her. Oh, here's Churro real quick. I'll show you. Churro is over here. So Churro is S'mores' baby from last year, and she is going to be bred here in the next few weeks for the first time. If you can see how big she is, there she is. She's coming up to say hi. So it's kind of fun to have her daughter here as well from last year. Okay, we came back outside to check on the baby and S'mores, and we'll probably come out a few times before it's actually dark just to make sure everything's good. Obviously, with her being less than 24 hours old, you just want to make sure everyone's doing good and that S'mores seems fine and all of that. Everyone seems to be doing good so far. So, but I reviewed the footage that I got, and sadly I did not get as much as we got with my birth, because apparently I'm not as good at filming things in the rush moments as Matt is, because I got some of the beginning, but I was like trying to get my camera set up and I was trying to attach it to the fence and all of those things, and it was just going so fast. So I got some of the beginning, but I didn't get the baby actually coming out, which is disappointing. We will have more kiddings in the fall. Hopefully I can catch it then, but I'm a little disappointed that I didn't get that. But obviously, I mean, literally, she didn't show any signs of being like in active labor, like it happening right then, until, I don't know. I'd have to look at the footage to like less than 10 minutes before the baby was born max. So it was just a rush of trying to get the bouncer out here to put Payson down, and then, you know, trying to set up the camera and trying to get in there. But we have a healthy kid and a healthy mama right now, so we're happy with that. So thank you for joining us for this vlog and watching our first goat kidding. Hopefully it was entertaining to watch of some sort or another, and we'll definitely be sharing more baby goat content and backyard homesteading stuff. So if you like watching backyard homesteading things, definitely subscribe and follow along, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye friends.